Hey, witches.
Hi, hello, welcome back to another episode. Oh
You
God,
said hold
sorry.
on, so I thought you were gonna stop it, and then you didn't stop it, so I was like, "Oh."
And away we go. This is a little different than what we usually do. So we learned a little bit about the Korean zodiac, if you will, or astrology. Um, in the book, I about said the Let the Right One In. It's definitely not that book. Um, in the eyes are the best part, and we thought it would be cool to, talk about it and get a little bit more information on it and maybe even cover ours. Let me tell you, that was a lot more work than we anticipated. So,
Yeah, it's a very
uh,
complicated system.
yeah, yeah, it's very complicated. If you don't know anything about their culture or even their language, it's very, very difficult to understand. Majority of the like websites or anything like that that you can use
Or in Korean.
all in Korean, and then when you translate it, it does not translate either accurately or like the best of its ability, and then it skews the entire like web page off too.
Yeah,
So then you don't really even know what you're reading, and it's just like a bunch of random ass words. There's colors involved. Um,
yeah, it's a lot.
yeah, and then there was like a this is how you read it, and it was like you combine these two, and this is what I see, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I spent like an hour researching, trying to understand it.
Yeah, I just found a basic ass website where I put in my birthday and my birth time, and it gave me some really generic information. Um, it's not entirely correct though because my lucky drink says car. So the translation is a little
Yeah. Um,
um
and because of that, and because like I had a picture of it, I was staring right at it, and I'm like, cool. I don't know what this blue is. I don't know what this black is. I don't know what this red is. I don't know any of this. This is silver. Like, is this metal? Yeah, I don't know. I tried watching. There is not a YouTube, like a TikToker who is actually like a master at this. And she's teaching a little bit about how to, I guess, find it, how to understand it, um, and just a little bit more about it. And it's jewels, like spelled like the actual like ring kind of jewel.
okay.
Jewels or no, not jewels. Jewel SJPJ. She's basically posting how to understand it. If
Okay.
you can go there and understand it after watching her videos, I applaud you. My brain does not work that way. I cannot. So it's probably incorrect, but I asked AI to do it. I tried asking it. I gave it a picture and I was like, "Can you translate this? Like, can you provide a translation into this?" It said no.
It was like, "No,
uh
bitch, I don't even know what that means."
and then I gave it like the websites that where I found them and like all of the information. I was like, "Can you please decipher this for me?" And it basically was like, "It looks like you're trying to find this out. If you would like, I could do it for you. Give me all of this information." And I was like, "Okay, it's an hour into this. I'm at my wit's ends. I can't do this anymore." So I did.
Nice. I
So
mean, that's basically what mine is too. I just plugged mine into a specific website, but like this shit uses AI too to like spit your answers back out.
yeah, especially when it's in another language. So,
Right.
but I at least got some good information on like the history about it. So I will start with that. Um,
Perfect.
and then we'll go from there. Okay, so Saju Palja is like uh philosophy, patterns, and personal insight. And all of those combined, that's where it kind of meets. And for those who actually watch K dramas, this is actually a quite common theme. Uh, I have not watched any K-dramas. I've heard some good reviews on a few of them, have not watched them, but apparently in majority of these K-dramas, there's always the, I guess, lead in the show is always facing an issue or a problem or something, so they go basically to a Saju Palja, reader and kinda gets, like, divine attention and understanding of whatever the fuck is happening. Um, so that's kind of the idea of how big this is. And I guess it's getting to the point where I have learned that when you are in Korea, it is very important to tell them like your age because of like the hierarchy of their age, but also what the Myers Briggs or whatever,
Oh, yeah, like your
what your Meyer Briggs letters are. But I think it's more of like the Seiju Palja, maybe. I don't know. Something
interesting.
that is like it's part of the culture over there, basically. Um, so I pulled 2 articles from 2 Korean, I guess, scholars in a way. Um, one is Janet Shin. She is a respected Seiju scholar. The other one is GiHwan who is a cultural writer who explores how Lake Seju shapes modern Korean life. Um, one's got a doctorate, one has a blog. They both have insights. Don't come at me, but this is what we're going to talk about. So, we're going to talk about what Seju really is. Um, it's basically woven into the fabric of Korean culture, according to GiHwan. The word itself means 4 pillars, so it's short. Seiju is how you're gonna hear it like said across everywhere that provides the service. But it stands for Seiju Palja. So it's the 4 pillars and 8 characters. These 8 characters come from your exact year, your month, day, and the hour of your birth. So it's kind of like an energetic blueprint, if you will. It's basically like a snapshot of when you entered the world. So Janet Shin describes these 8 characters as a kind of genetic code or barcode of destiny. So you're born with a certain configuration. But Seiju isn't about logging you into fate. It's about understanding the terrain ahead so you can navigate it wisely. So far in the book, we've actually learned that they are actually taking it negatively. The father, the daughter, they're all speaking of their Seiju Palja as if it is a curse on them. Um, but Janet Shin describes it as kind of like a map. It helps you figure out what to do, when to do it, sort of thing. Um, so the origins stretch back to ancient China. I'm gonna butcher this name. It's grounded in Mugrenak, uh, the study of cosmic cycles and natural forces. Um, it looks like superstition to outsiders, to those who don't understand the culture, who did not grow up with the culture. But inside Korea, it's actually viewed as a long-term observational system. So it's thousands of years of noticing patterns in human life. GiHwan puts it this way: Seiju is less like a horoscope in the back of a magazine and more like millennia of big data. So Seiju uses 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, water. I have no idea how wood and earth are not the same, but here we are. So it uses those 5 elements and the balance of yin and yang to interpret those patterns. Now, historically, it guided decisions about marriage, career, and major life choices. And in many ways, it still does. And I think actually in Mulan, Not that it's like Saju Palja, but in Mulan, it's very, there's like a moment in there where I think the grandmother, I don't know, I like vividly remember a scene where it's like, oh, she's gonna have bad luck, sort of whatever. And maybe that is my brain making it up. I don't know. I vividly remember it. It's kind of maybe it's one of those what is it? Nelson
Man-
Mandela?
Mandela
The
effects,
Mandela
yeah.
effect. Um anyways, whatever. So, it makes your decisions about marriage, career, major life choices. And it still kind of does, I guess. Um so what's Seiju versus shamanism? So many visitors often get this confused. When you walk down a street in Seoul, you see colorful flags and you hear bells, and you're like, ah, this is it. This is where I can get my Seiju read. But it's not always the case. So if you are interested in learning about your true Seiju from an actual reader, GiHwan actually kind of tells you the difference between the two. So Seiju is analytical. It's calculated using birth data and classical texts. Shamanism or mudang practice is very spiritual, involving trance, ritual, and communication with spirits. So, and actually, Janet Shin reinforces this distinction. Shamans perform exorcisms or rituals. Seiju is a structured interpretive system rooted in philosophy, not mysticism. So, if you see someone quietly consulting a book, that's probably Seiju. If you see drums, flags, or ritual tools, it is more than likely shamanism. I don't know if there's like maybe somebody who practices both, but yeah. All right, let's talk about the four pillars. So the four pillars are like the heart of Seiju. The year pillar, and they do right to left. So this would be your day. No, because this is reversed. If you try to translate it from the website, they'd make you read it right to left. That's not how this is. Sorry. I switched it around. Anyways, so the year pillar, according to Shin, this is like the ancestors' palace. Now, I feel like the Eastern, uh, not necessarily religions, but cultures are very rooted in ancestral practice. They have shrines to to their ancestors. They call upon their ancestors for assistance, for luck, for whatever. Anyone who grew up with Disney, watched Mulan, that's kind of the vibe. Um, so the year pillar reflects your early environment and your inherited influences. O describes it as the roots of your life, so like the soil you were planted in. Now the month pillar, this is the parent's place. It shapes your youth and your career direction. It O emphasizes that the season of your birth, contained within this pillar, determines the temperature, quote unquote, of your chart. The day pillar is the most important one. Shin refers it as the marital palace, representing adulthood and intimate relationships. O explains that the day master or the upper character of this pillar, so I guess there's like two characters per pillar, um, is you, your core identity, your elemental nature. Shin calls this the children's palace, so the hour, the last one. This represents your later years and your legacy. If any of this is incorrect, I do apologize. You can blame these people because I took their notes. O notes that many people don't know their exact birth time, but when they do, this pillar adds significant accuracy to it. So, if you do your Seiju and you read that and you understand it, Cool. That's as far as I was able to go. I don't understand the characters. Nothing. Got nothing on that. Um, so when do Koreans consult Seju? Seju isn't like astrology where you can like check the newspaper every single week or every day and find like your new like reading of the day. This is actually reserved for turning points in life. So New Year's luck or Shinyan Unsi. I haven't taken Korean class in so long. My brain is Russian focused right now. Um, so New Year's luck is one of the busiest times for Seju. People want to know what the coming year holds for them. Uh, Gunghap or marital compatibility is another major moment. Families often check whether two people's elemental energies support or clash with each other. So it kind of helps guide them in what kind of marriage you're going to have. Um, Students and young adults consult Seiju for career guidance, aligning their strengths with the right path. This is like the cool part of it because they make it a philosophy and it like helps. I don't know, maybe it helps people decide what they're gonna do in life. I don't know. I didn't get this. I wish I could have gone to like a fucking career fair or something. Like, here, try this out. Here, try this out. See what you like.
Right?
But we ain't got that shit.
And we
Uh
do those stupid aptitude tests that aren't actually fucking helpful.
yeah, the only reason why Indiana's on the map right now is because they won the fucking national championship in football. Everyone's like, "Oh, how do you feel about India?" Like down here, everyone's like, "How do you feel about Indiana winning?" And I'm like,
I don't give a shit.
"I don't care, to be honest. I probably would care more if it was my school, but it's not my school." And they're like, "But it's Indiana." And
Yeah, and I fucking hate that place.
it is my sworn enemy. Excuse the fuck out of me. And they're like, your sworn enemy. And I was like, look, I went to Purdue. Boiler up, bitches. Like,
Yeah.
IU, Indiana is like the sworn fucking enemy of Purdue. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know what? I am glad. This is the only time I will ever fucking say this. I am glad my mother is 6 feet down because she would never let me hear the end of it. I don't care. Fuck that. Indiana's on the map. Well, good. It's on the map for something different than fucking cornfields and meth.
Right, and, like, just all the shitty shit that's been happening being in baby
Yeah.
Florida.
Ugh. Anyways. Uh so yeah. Um Janet Shin notes that Seiju can help people understand the emotional patterns behind their struggles or joys. So instead of asking, why is this happening? It shifts it to, what can I do next? What a good mental health. Um, so if you're ever if you're ever in Korea and you're looking for a place to get your Seiju read, um, they specifically talked about Seoul, because of how incredibly accessible Seiju is in the area. God damn, sorry. I
It's
chugged
that
water
Indian
before
food.
this. Ugh. Um, I feel like I also just talk so fast and I'm like gulping for air because of how fast I'm talking. But anyways, so they actually have Seiju cafes. So their cafes look a lot like regular coffee shops, but have private booths for readings.
Huh.
So you order a drink, you pay for a consultation fee, and then you receive a surprisingly candid interpretation right then and there. Um, there are also street tents. There's rows of vinyl booths glowing under the nightlights in places like Hongdae and Jongno. That I don't know because it's got a three in the middle of it. It's got the word three and then ga.
I don't know what sound 3 makes. I don't know.
No, it's just
I
the
don't
letter
know
three,
Korean, like, at all.
or like the number three, not the letter, just the letter. Number. Fuck. Oh,
You gonna be alright?
no. It is a neighborhood. It is a neighborhood in Seoul.
Okay.
Cool. And it looks just like that. It's literally uh Jongno 3ga. That's what it is.
Okay.
Anyways, so those locations are more atmospheric, very traditional, and often more affordable than, I guess, anywhere else. Um, Now for English speakers, they both actually recommend looking for signs that say English okay. Um, Specifically in areas like Myeongdong and Hongdae, because not that English is universal, it's forced universal. Um, but Korea is one of those locations that it's not necessarily they might have some English words, but it's not like you can't ask specific questions. You're going to get a very elementary reading or understanding of the reading because that's all they can like describe to you.
Right.
So look for places that say English okay or have like a Korean speaker with you or like if you have a friend that speaks Korean, something like that. Or you're visiting somebody, they will be the ones that can help you actually understand the reading and, not get screwed over because of that lack of communication. Um, so here's some practical uses of Seiju. It can help you understand your personality and your life patterns. It helps you identify the right timing of major decisions in life. It can also help you choose compatible partners or collaborators in terms of jobs, in terms of, play, whatever. It helps you recognize health tendencies through elemental balance. It can also help you adjust your environment to improve your luck and your harmony. So it's not necessarily about predicting your future, it's about how are you preparing for it. So if you kind of know that you're going to have like a rough year at whatever year you're turning, whatever age, then you can kind of help prepare it for it better.
Okay.
Um, Now, as we kind of said in the beginning of this, and as the authors of the two articles stated, digital tools now offer automated four-pillar readings based on like classical texts. So they calculate your elemental balance, your compatibility, and your yearly luck, making it very accessible from anywhere in the world. But from our two experiences, it
The
can be a little difficult to either understand the reading or get,
translation.
yeah, like the correct translation. Um, and it might not necessarily be as candid or authentic as you would get from a Seiju
Yeah.
reader. Um, so just be aware if you get interested in it and you like maybe you go and get it read by like an authentic reader. There might be some differences, just to be aware. Like I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not taking my reading for like granted because I don't know how legitimate it is.
Right,
Um
right. Me neither, yeah.
I would love to go to Korea and actually go be a fangirl over there of everything.
I think it
Um
would be so scary to go to a country where I don't know the language at all. But you kind of know a little bit, don't you?
I know how to read it. That doesn't mean I know it.
Yeah, I don't know it
I
at
know the
all.
characters. Now the problem is like I know the characters based on like printed. Now if
Right.
somebody writes it out or it's like in a slang term, not term, but
Alright,
like
you're like,
like maybe this location does this with their like letters or whatever, then I'll be confused. I don't think I mean, I don't truly know, but I think Seoul might be like the best place to locate that. And I'm sure you could get tour guides of some sort to kind of like
Oh,
guide you
probably.
along the way. Hell, if Russia has tour guides, like Korea definitely has tour guides.
Right.
um they also have like those translators, like the like headphone
Earbuds.
translators that like translate in time, like right then and
Mhm.
there. And they also have like apps I think that can help you translate like in real time. So And it's not like Google Translate, so
Right.
which I found out in high school that that is not a
A good translator.
good tool to use. Because I would turn in something and my teacher would be like, "I know you use Google Translate." And I was like, "How do you know? Maybe I'm good at this." She goes, "It's incorrect. You have the direct," and then she, like, went into, like she was, like first of all, she's from Kentucky. She's a older, really, really small spitfire of a woman with, like, fire engine red hair, and she had the squeakiest voice, and she'd be like and my Spanish name was Amelia, she'd be like, "Amelia, this is Google." And I'd be so concerned. I'd be like, "Oh my god, why is she getting mad at me?" And then she'd, like, start speaking in Spanish, and then basically she's telling me that, like, I would put the direct object in front of this, and I would do this in front of that. And I basically just put what I wanted to say in English and asked it to translate to Spanish, and I copied it word for word. And
Yeah, so it didn't put it in the right order.
I was like, "Yeah, you're right, though." "Okay, fine, I'll stay after class." "Oh, I'm sorry, I have soccer. I can't do it. Tomorrow, date ti" Yeah, I was sh I was not I was nice to her, and I was not a shithead, I just did not stay after class ever. Anyways.
Anyways.
So, whether you see Seiju as, philosophy, pattern recognition, or, like, a cultural window, it does offer something, like, a little undeniably human about it. Um, it kinda gives you, like, a nice way to understand yourself through, I don't know, the possibilities of the future, and it just kinda helps you, like, prepare for what if. Um, I don't know. To me, it's like a little mental health, like, game. It's like, "Okay, you're
Yeah.
gonna have a mental breakdown at the age 21. Prepare." Um, so but both authors do state that it's not about, like, the finale, the end all be all part of it. It's about clarity and understanding how to navigate it when it does come through it. So for instance, you gonna walk through the rain without an umbrella, or are you gonna watch the forecast and see that you might need an umbrella that day? Like you're preparing for the future. So that's kind of like the idea between like what Seiju Palja is. Um, so anyways, it's just they see it as like a conversation with yourself and not necessarily as like a prediction of life. So the fact that GiHwan's father makes it such a negativity thing, like makes me wonder who did your reading, sir? Because you need to go back and figure it out.
Right.
But so that's kind of like the history of it. Um, and now our AI translations of our own Seiju Palja.
Yeah, I used the website. It's literally seiju-fortune.com. I don't
I was
know.
going to use that site, but it just kept crashing on me, so I couldn't do it. I actually saw like I went to a Reddit post, and they actually said that they like posted something. They're like, "This is the best um website to do it in if you know Korean." And I was like, "I do not."
Oh, yeah.
And then I watched the TikTok woman, and she said the exact same one, and I was like, "Oh, well, if she explains it, then I can understand it, right? Like that makes sense." No, no, I was wrong. So, so Brandy, what are your four pillars?
Well, see, the 4 actual pillars, I don't think translated correctly. They are very interesting.
My year is water rooster. Which is funny because I was born in the year of the rooster. I do know that, the Chinese,
Yeah.
um,
Um,
1993.
Yeah, mine definitely did not translate correctly. So I don't know.
Well, you better pull up AI real quick while I do mine. Oh man. Okay, so my year is water rooster. My month is wood tiger. My day, which is apparently my day master, is yang earth. And my hour is earth dragon. So apparently this tells me a story of someone who blends stability, intuition, and creative ferocity into one person.
Okay.
So I don't like change. I always have gut feelings, and I'm an angry little person that likes to create. I'm just kidding. Okay, so my day master being Yang Earth, um, apparently it's like a mountain. So the core traits are like steady, grounded, protective, deep inner reservoirs of strength, slow to move. Oh my God, when Will reads this or listens to this, he gonna be like, man, I don't believe in astrology, but that's one thing I can get behind. Um, Slow to move, but once I'm committed, I am unstoppable. I value integrity, loyalty, and meaningful work. I am a natural teacher, guide, and strategist. I create safety for others while quietly transforming myself. My superpower is that I turn complexity into structure, which is why I would excel at game design, mythic systems, and n- na-
You got this.
I said it right. It just doesn't sound right. I don't know why. What I'm trying to get it to sound like, but it's not coming out right now. Um, Narrative frameworks. uh, My elemental nature.
Also, I've got mine pulled up now. How far are you right now? Are you on elemental?
The next section would be element balance in my chart.
Okay. So I've got mine pulled up now. And mine goes pillars, daymaster, elemental
Yeah,
balance, and themes. Okay.
I just
so
finished the Daymaster.
so did you go through all four of your pillars or just the year one?
All four.
So clearly I got into figuring mine out and was not paying all of that much attention, except for the fact that I heard you say that Will would really think this was accurate.
Oh yeah, because in my Daymaster it says I'm slow to move.
Okay, I'll get to that in a
Motherfucker.
minute. My year pillar is Xin Wei, which is goat over soil. Yang metal over soil, goat. That's what it says. Gisi, which is yin earth or yin water over fire, which is the snake. I don't know how to pronounce that. Rabbit, and then the hour is year of the rat, which I'm pretty sure is my Chinese zodiac. I could be incorrect, but I
What's
think that's it.
what's your date of birth?
5991.
I just in the year. Your year of the goat.
Oh. Oh, so that's the year pillar was goat. Okay. And then my day master is earth. Yin earth to be specific. Um
I'm your complete opposite. I'm
I'm
yang
nurturing
earth.
nurturing, stable, grounded, and responsible, like the fertile soil that supports growth. Tend to care deeply about others, offering emotional, steady support, empathy, and practical aid. A natural organizer with a strong sense of duty, you most often feel fulfilled when helping others flourish. You take commitment seriously and build dependable structures in your life. You dislike chaos and thrive when things are well planned and harmonious. People with a yin earth day master often hold households, teams, or communities together, and they are the quiet pillars other people lean on. Those are its quotes, not mine. Which,
Either this is either this is full of shit and our AI knows this way too well, or this has got a little bit of like,
right?
are we
Yeah, it's a
sure
little creepy so far.
this is not real?
This is a little disturbing so far, I'm not gonna lie. Elemental balance.
What's so crazy is like I've never thought of myself as like a natural teacher. Like I never thought of myself as somebody who can explain things. I feel like I am this
Holy
way and
shit.
that way. I feel like I am everywhere when it comes to teaching. And I took a look at this girl that I'm training right now and I was like, "Do you have any questions?" She goes, "No, you're like a natural teacher." And I'm like,
Ew.
"Uh, am I?" And then, like, I have a few residents that come in that I help them out with a few things, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a natural teacher." Like, I hear it all the fucking time, and I'm like, "How?" It's
I don't
AI
know.
listening in. All right, did you say your superpower?
Mine didn't give me a superpower.
Lame. Anyways, element balance. To be honest, I don't even know. I gave it my, like, year whatever, and then it asked me, if it said, like, if you provide a picture of your Saju Palja that you received, like, I can give you more
Oh,
insight to it, and I gave it a screenshot, so that's probably
gotcha.
it.
I did not do that. Yeah.
Element balance in your chart. So my chart contains strong earth, strong wood, strong water, some metal, and very weak fire. So this means wood pushes me to grow, create, and reinvent. Water gives me intuition, imagination, and emotional depth. Earth gives me stability and structure. Metal gives me precision and refinement. Fire is the missing piece, meaning that I generate creativity internally but may struggle with visibility. Uh, uh, you shine when you choose to be seen, not when you're pushed. Oh. And fire years or cycles bring breakthroughs, recognition, and confidence. Okay, but what are the fire years? That's what I gotta know.
So mine didn't get quite as detailed as yours. Um, Mine says that my chart has all five, like a pretty even balance. Um, Earth being my core self, metal giving me discipline, structure, and clarity, water, intuition, feeling, and depth, fire, passion and initiative, and wood, growth and creativity. And then it says my strengths are emotional intelligence paired with practical sense, loyalty, supportiveness, and stability, good at planning, nurturing, and supporting others, and a mix of intuition, which is water, and drive, which is fire. And then my challenges to watch out for can overgive and burn out if self care is neglected, tendency to internalize stress rather than express it, and needs time alone to process emotions and recharge. In essence, your chart reflects someone who brings calm and strength into relationships, supports others through transitions, and thrives when you're working towards tangible progress. I feel attacked.
That's funny.
It's rude.
Uh, so was that the end of yours, or did you have more after that?
Um, Mine says what's next, and then it says things that I can ask it next. Um,
So this is kind of where it kind of started diving in deep, and it just kind of added different things to it. So the website I use gave like a 10-year cycle. Not 10-year cycle, but it gave like cycles. So it basically like gave me a pillar for each year. Um, so it actually gave me a little bit more. It actually gave me the 10-year luck cycles. Because I'm a female born in a yang year, my cycles move forward. So my first major cycle likely began around age 7 to 8. My life phases look like this. So 0 to 7 was a water cycle. So 0 to 7 was sensitivity, imagination, early emotional depth. Uh, number or 7 to 17 was a wood cycle. So identity formation, creativity, and rebellion. 17 to 27 was a fire cycle. Now, if you recall, fire cycles are the ones that bring breakthroughs, recognition, and confidence. So my fire cycle was 17 to 27. That was kind of in the year that we started this, almost pretty damn close to it.
Mhm.
Um, So self-expression, relationships, visibility, that's when I started like doing a lot more acting, kind of getting out there. Like that was the last year. Like it took me some time, but I was like finding myself within those 10 years. Um my next cycle is Earth cycle, so 27 to 37, which is where I currently am. So this is about finding grounding, mastery, and building foundations. Uh, which to be honest, is probably true because I feel like I'm squandering half the time. Um, 37 to 47 is a metal cycle, so refinement, recognition, and authority. 47 to 57 is a water cycle, so intuition, teaching, and spiritual depth. Um, if- apparently, I'm not living past 67 because it stops there. Uh, 57 to 67 is the wood cycle, so reinvention and legacy progress. Tracks. Oh my god, I'm dying after 67.
Mine just goes
Oh
to
fuck.
65 plus. I just pulled it in. Or 56 plus, I mean. And then mine also has, I'm looking at it. It has mindful ways to work with your energy, how to work with your chart instead of against it. So, did you finish your 10-year luck cycles?
uh it says that I'm currently in the earth cycle. So the cycle is about building long-term identity, mastering my craft, witchcraft, creating systems, frameworks, and intellectual property. Becoming known for your voice and perspective, which is funny because I'm getting more roles now as a voice actor. Turning passion into structure. Uh, and this is apparently this is exactly why your creative projects feel so aligned right now. Hmm. Um, I did say something, not those exact words, but I did like a few days ago. I was like, "This is great. I'm getting so many auditions and all these things." And like Will basically sent me like 8 things to follow, and he's like, "They're looking for voice actors. They're looking for voice actors." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, everything's falling into place."
Right?
But that
So,
was my 10-year cycle.
yeah, my 10-year luck phases, again, start age 6 to 15-ish, is the emergence and learning phase. I'll learn that life is about or wait, establishing identity, emotional awareness, and inner shaping. So I'm gonna be my early response patterns, yada 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 yada. Learn how to relate to others. Um, 16 to 25, self-discovery and direction. First real pursuits of independence, academic, creative, or social pathways. 26 to 35, growth, expression, and career direction. You begin taking concrete roles in work, relationships, and community. Your efforts have real visibility and recognition and responsibility increase. Well, 36 to
About that.
45, which I'm coming up on. Like, I'm about to be 35 in May. So 36 to 45, maturity meets impact. This period tends to bring greater confidence in your gifts, larger platforms for creativity and influence, and deepening emotional authority. Opportunities often match your commitment. 46 to 55. legacy and expression of wisdom, fruition and contribution. This is when you go kind of switching into that mother phase or that crone phase. Um, mentorship and guiding others, working on projects with deeper meaning and refinement of life goals. And then 56 plus, synthesis and embodiment, a wider sense of completion, deep emotional clarity, and influence grounded in meaning, not image. So it says your wisdom becomes felt by others rather than just known by you. And then it says right now I need to balance productivity with soul care. Listen, this is attacking me. Um, I need to do quarterly rest cycles, mini retreats, nature, or journaling.
That's so funny.
It's rude. And then the next phase that I'm about to go into, um, I need to mentor, teach, and guide, articulate my philosophy, and choose depth over breadth. So quality over quantity. And it says a mindful habit is group facilitation or writing. Yep. So that's my 10 luck, whatever it was, 10-year luck phases.
Yeah, down here, closer towards the end, it says that like my cycles are 10, like last 10 years. And that this cycle is this is where it's funny. Because I'm like, I think AI is listening because it says the cycle of building mastery, creating systems, and becoming known for your voice. This is the decade where your creative frameworks, such as games, podcasts, tarot systems, voice acting, become your signature.
It's definitely
Or like not like yeah.
not listening, but it's taking what it knows about you and adding it in.
Yeah, I'm like,
Your AI knows you
yeah.
better than mine does. I mean, it knows my podcast, but that's about it.
Yes.
So it gives me mindful ways to work with my energy. Number 1, you must rest to be powerful. You need quiet time, soft routines, emotional processing. Rest is not laziness for you, it is maintenance of your magic. 2, your boundaries are sacred. Your natural instinct is to help, hold, support, and carry, but if you don't set boundaries, you will burn out, become resentful, or lose your sense of self. A mantra for me is I can care without carrying, and I'm actually about to fucking write that down because holy shit. Um, you need creative fire. Yin earth without fire becomes stagnant. You need creative outlet, passion projects, curiosity, play, new ideas such as writing, spiritual study, podcasting, art, mythology, or ritual work. Yes, this fits your vibe perfectly, it says.
So apparently there's like energies in your chart too. And it's like I don't know specifically what they are. But one of them, it says that I have the heavenly virtue, so I have protection and grace. Things work out for you at the last minute. I have the monthly virtue, so support from mentors, teachers, or noble people. I have the academic star, writing, teaching, research, intellectual clarity. Um, the peach blossom, charisma, artistic magnetism, strong presence in the creative fields. I also have something called the traveling horse. So reinvention, movement, career shifts. Oh. International themes. These match your personality and creative path almost eerily well. Bitch, how'd you know I've changed careers multiple times? It's
Oh
fucking
my
rude.
God. I just asked it what careers would be good for me based on this.
Ooh.
And the first one is
That's a
like
good one.
um early childhood education. And then it says, which you've done. Special education support roles, child development specialist, family support coordinator, parent educator, educational advocate. God damn it. Number 2, meaning making and storytelling careers, educational content developer, curriculum designer, writer, spiritual content creator, mythology or folklore educator. And then it says podcast host. I'm about to share this. Hold on. Because this shit is hilarious. Look at this. It gave me eyeballs. Podcast host, producer, eyeballs. Anyway, and then it says you're here to help people understand their lives through stories. Hello, and then it says holistic or soul-centered work if you want to go that route. Um, your chart supports spiritual and emotional guidance, but not heavy clinical counseling. So, spiritual educator, pagan studies content creator, ritual
See,
facilitator,
see, right there.
grief or transition support, end of life doula. Okay, I read a book once about a death doula, like a fictional story, like a novel, and I've been obsessed with the idea of being a death doula ever since. But like, it's basically a start your own business kind of job. Like, you can't
Hmm.
go get hired as that somewhere. And so I'm like, meh, because starting my own business does not sound like my jam. Um, but I am obsessed with the idea of being a death doula. Anyway, um, community builder and organizer roles. You shine when you build containers for people. So, program director, volunteer coordinator, membership coordinator, alumni relations. Like, and then it says, you're very good at holding systems that serve humans. And then it says, careers that would drain you. Sales heavy roles, aggressive corporate environments, high conflict legal or political work, emergency based professions, hyper competitive tech startups, and anything that feels emotionally hollow. Yeah.
So I didn't even think to ask like career-based driven stuff. So I added mine. Uh or I asked mine. Um it kind of went through. It was like, here's your core career pattern based on your date, like all of this. But basically, long story short, my careers that would fit you perfectly. I have 5 apparently. Creative systems designer. So I'm built for designing board games, narrative systems, tarot or oracle decks, world building frameworks, or myth based mechanics. Apparently, my chart screams architect of meaning. um, Voiceover artist or narrator. Your missing fire is activated by performance, storytelling, vocal presence. This is a career that grows you while feeling natural. Number 3, podcast host or producer, especially in mythology, folklore, psychology, cultural storytelling, spiritual systems. Your chart supports both the research and the presentation. I see what you're doing, Copilot. I see what you're doing. Writer or author, particularly mythic nonfiction, folklore retellings, cultural analysis, tarot or divination guides, narrative essays, world building books. My chart has the academic star, which is the signature of writers, teachers, and thinkers. I don't have the attention span to be an author. I would love to be an author. Don't have the attention span for it.
Right?
Nor do I have the grammar to be to be an author. Number
I don't
5.
have
Oh, I
the
have
like
7.
business savvy to get like I think that I could probably if I had the time to just sit down and write, I could probably write a book,
Mhm.
but then to like do the social media and do the publishing shit and all of the business side of it, that part I think I would struggle with.
Yeah. I watched a few people on TikTok doing that. I mean, they actually have like big time publicists, not publicists that like, but like publishers that can help you. But like the TikTok people are pretty small named. Um,
Yeah.
the next one is a teacher, mentor, or guide. So I'm a natural workshop leader, creative coach, storytelling instructor, spiritual educator, game design mentor. Apparently, Yang Earth is the archetype of the mountain guide. So, teacher it is. Cultural or mythology researcher. My water and wood combination is ideal for deep research, pattern analysis, comparative mythology, and cultural storytelling. I'm wired to connect dots across traditions. That's probably why, as a child, I was sitting there like, but why do we do that? I need to know.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? That doesn't make any sense. That sounds like this. Well, it's not that. Well, it sounds like that. um, Creative director, narrative strategist. Why do I say it like that?
I don't know.
Strategist. What is the difference between one sounding more pompous than the other?
I don't know. I can't help you with that.
Narrative strategist. I excel at seeing the big picture, structuring ideas, guiding teams, creating thematic cohesion. Apparently, this fits the earth and metal synergy. God damn, are we done yet? Intuitive practitioner, like tarot, Saju, symbolic systems. Now, if anything, I tell you what, that is not Saju. It is not in the cards for me. Oh, apparently not as a fortune teller, but like a symbolic interpreter, a meaning maker, a
Oh,
guide who blends culture, psychology, and intuition. Apparently, my chart is unusually strong for this.
okay.
Brand storytelling or identity design. So I'm gifted at naming, symbolism, archetypes, and narrative identity. So I am a natural extension of, so it is a natural extension of my mythic brain. Okay.
Mythic brain
Uh,
sounds like, I don't know, like your brain is a cyclops or something.
well, let's be real. I probably do have a brain of a cyclops.
My brain is tired, which is why it came up with that.
Yeah. What should I avoid? Not because I can't do them, but because they drain your elemental balance. Chaotic environments. Great. High pressure sales. Even better. Jobs with no creative autonomy. Roles requiring constant reinvention without structure. Oh, God. Work that's purely analytical with no symbolic or narrative component. My chart needs meaning, structure, and creative depth. I just feel like maybe I'm in the wrong space. Like maybe I'm in the wrong job.
I feel like that every day, but apparently I'm not.
Maybe you're just in the wrong sector, okay?
Oy.
Apparently where I'm currently at, it's the perfect time to launch a new podcast, build a game, write a book, create a tarot or oracle deck, or develop a course or a workshop.
All right.
Guess who has
Well,
the
get on it.
motivation of a fucking turtle? This one. Guess
I just
who's
don't have
not doing
time.
guess who's not doing any of that? I know, I was actually talking to my assistant the other day and I was like, I'm just tired when I get home. Like I want to do
Yeah.
something, but I'm just tired. And she goes, "Oh," and then like of course the whole health conversation comes into play and I'm like, "No, like I don't think you understand what I mean by tired. I am legitimately exhausted at the end of the day." I'm like, my weeks are never the same. One day I might go home and not do anything. The next, I'm preparing for to read for whatever for a podcast. I'm doing research for the podcast, or I'm recording the podcast itself. The next day, I could be doing auditions, or I could be doing I don't know, like actual like recording my lines, or I could be going to table reads. The next one, I could be just trying to catch up on something at work that I couldn't get done, or trying to do something to melt my brain away from the busy day, or like
Yeah.
scrolling to the end of time, or I have to go do this, or I have to go do that, or I have to get this shit done, or I have to clean or cook or prep.
Yeah, shit's never
And then,
ending, dude.
yeah, and then somewhere within that Monday to Friday work week, I have to exercise. And then Saturday, I am fucking exhausted. I want to be a piece of shit, but I can't be. I have to do shit. So then I wrestle with my brain all fucking day until I finally do something. And then Sunday's a reset day. It's, put laundry away, get groceries, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, prepare for doing it all again.
Yeah. And I was like, so I'm fucking tired.
So fucking
Uh,
tired.
I was like, and that's probably why there's no social media. There's
Right?
none of this. There's none of that. I was like, because I don't know.
Because we don't have
I'm
time.
grinding and I'm tired. And I was like, so yeah, I go home and I'm tired. Like, I might not have a second job, but I have two other jobs basically with
Yeah.
different backgrounds.
Yep. I feel
And
that.
if I get casted in something and I like have a deadline to record the lines, sometimes I have to record until like 11 o'clock at night to get it done. And then the next day I get an email saying, hey, can you redo a couple of takes? But I already have a full evening plan. So then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, let me just
And
jump
then
right
I'm
on that.
doing it right back again. And my doctor wonders why I have high blood pressure.
People are why I have high blood pressure, okay?
Oh, yeah. And on top of being a community manager where I'm on call 24/7.
Yeah, that's not a thing that I'll ever be doing. Don't call me after work. Don't
It's
do
not
it.
usually happen, and it's usually the person on call, and the person on call usually calls me, but this weekend there were two emergency on calls, so I was with
I
the
mean,
on-call
I
person one
guess
day.
if the building caught on fire or something, then they would call me out of side of work hours because I'm the quote unquote building owner, but like for anything that's not an actual emergency, you better not call me outside of work hours.
Yeah, like, the two emergencies were, like, this fire panel kept going off all night, like, all evening until, like, somebody came and got them. And then the next one was on Sunday. We had a lot of rain, and I don't know what happened, but a transformer blew, and it
Mm.
knocked, like, half the property out off power, and it knocked our, um, gate into non-operation.
Ah, that's a problem. Can't get in and
So
out.
it wouldn't let people in, it wouldn't let people out. If we had, like, a medical emergency, the whoever it is would have just rammed through the gates, the
Yeah.
wrought iron gates and the arm itself. So, yeah, that was a mercy. I was actually at, like, a wedding convention with a friend who's getting married, and funny enough, she's the person on call. And I was like, "Hey, I know we've only been here, like, an hour. I hope you're done talking to everybody because we gotta go. We gots to go."
We gotta go figure this out.
And, yeah, so
All right.
I
So that
according to that, I'm in the wrong job, so
that was our Saju Palja, kind of.
probably all
A very
incorrect. It's probably
generic, westernized version of it anyway.
Yeah. If we ever go, we'll get it done and we'll update you better.
Yeah, I'd have to hit the lottery or something.
Mhm, mhm. But
But
until next time.
bye.